My name is Elbert. I'm currently 22 years old. I was born in Clay County, Kentucky. I currently reside in Lexington, Kentucky. And I spent 21 years in Kentucky's foster care system. I was born in the foster care system, and like I've shared before, the most earliest picture that I've ever seen in my life was with my mother and a social worker with a file on her hip behind her. I can recall elementary school and not knowing if that was the next school I was going to be at, and being called to the office, and not a suitcase with a caseworker, but with a caseworker with your garbage bag full of stuff. And then at the age of 12, I was adopted. And every foster child will tell you that's a dream, to either be reunited with their family or to be adopted by a loving family. And fast forwarding, it was a 4-year and unfortunate abusive adoption. To 18, I entered Lexington's independent living program called Necco, and I had gone throughout the program for 3 years, 18 until 21. I kept all my furniture, and I believe that in telling my story, or looking back at it now, that Necco was the primary foundation as far as my success. And anything that I am now, I credit to Necco. I had dropped out of high school. I tell people that I completed the sophomore year instead of dropping out, because I look at everything from a positive standpoint. And so I got my GED within 2 months of Lexington, and in receiving my GED and finding a job and saving enough money, I had drove my first car to my first day of classes at a local community college called BCTC. But as far as the IL program, it was kind of like the reward of going throughout foster care. And it said, you've been through several different homes, well, now you have your own apartment. I formed close relationships with the people at Necco, and I still maintain those friendships today. Foster Club was created on the idea that foster parents had been given a lot of information, but foster children hadn't. And they had taken me and flown me to Seaside, Oregon, and I spent 9 weeks in Oregon, and I had spent 2 weeks in intensive training and learning workshops, and how to communicate and to be a better speaker. And I've had the opportunity to go to several different states and to actually get to meet these youth from different states, and if they have questions and they tell me of things that they're kind of going through, and those are things that I can relate to. I represented not only myself, but Kentucky and all the foster children in Kentucky. I just know with my experiences going throughout foster care, it was about turning 18. 18 is when you decide to be a part of the state or to be on your own. You may not want to be in the state's care any longer. You may not want to have someone on your back. But I promise you, as far as being helpful, as far as assistance, and just doing it to yourself as a favor, that you earn it or that you deserve to be helped. Don't look at it as finally being free from foster care. Look at it as starting your own career and being responsible as an adult. By being or by continuing and entering into independent living, I've gotten a car. I've had several different jobs. I've met several different people, and I've continued to earn and to continue my education. The day before my 21st birthday, the day before I was done with foster care, that I was finished, that my hands were clean and I was no longer going to be a foster child, I had spent several months training for this marathon. I had never ran a marathon before, and I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. Me running the marathon was completing the foster care system. This 26.2 miles was a representation of 21 years in foster care. Running this race, I had people that were, chanting my name or yelling for me, and maybe high-fiving me along the way. Kind of like, congratulations, you have done it. I can remember holding my arms above my head and telling myself, today I live. And as far as completing 26.2 miles, I believe that in itself is a word of encouragement or a reminder that anything is possible, that there's never an obstacle too long or too far, and that, with the mentality and with the perseverance and with the people around you to encourage and support you, you can do anything. Growing up, I never had the opportunity to dream or to do things that I'd be doing now. But we even may end up in Hollywood someday. So you never know.